What is up, everyone? It is game number 2. No, game number 1, match number 2. Craig made me take the lead, and I am lost of the Invisible Cup. We are on day number 7. This is the final match to be played of the round of 16. We will be going into the quarterfinals, also known as a round of 8, as of tomorrow, in fact. So you'll have to get your guesses in for these players pretty freaking fast. Playing as the Red Tribe in one of the bases. This map has random bases, so I have no idea which bases they spawned in. It is Flatten. I've seen them play. And their opponent playing as the Yellow Tribe. Yellow location, maybe. We don't know. It is Landbridge. Also not seen them play. And neither of these players we've seen play so far. We're on the stupid Gabba map, as it's affectionately called. And I am joined by the legend of Populous, the one true shaman, the only Robert Ashby adjacent individual that we have left. It is the beginning, also known as Craig. How you doing?
Drew, if you could be a spell, what spell would you be?
Swamp.
Is that because you're a bit of deep and nasty?
Because I'm annoying, nobody likes me, and I'm turned off every game.
Oh my god, we're gonna shame battle. Yellow goes down, my goodness. Have you seen this gargoyle in the center? It's magical shield for 16 seconds.
This is a stupid map. No, in hindsight, I probably should have tested this map before I just added it to the pool.
Oh, maybe that can be the third rendition of Invisible Cup. So we've got Flatten here alive. He's managed to kill Landbridge's shaman, and there's wildmen everywhere around this world here. If we check the world map, it's basically you've got this kind of clover-looking thing. You got stone heads. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stone. 4, 6 stone heads plus a gargoyle. 8, 9 stone heads. 8 stone heads. Christ, if I was a stone head, I'd love this place. Because Christ Almighty, I've got so many friends.
I was just thinking this should have been a Friday free-for-all map.
It looks like a Friday free-for-all map. And there have been a lot of complaints playing it. You've got erodes, hypnotizers. There's another shame battle going on. Population's 38 to 18, so Flatten is already miles ahead, but Flatten has gone in the drink now. Opportunity for Landbridge to make some movements as he goes inside a tower. There's like 1,000 wildmen on the map, and he's trying to take out a tower. For goodness sake, get up the hill and worship that gargoyle. Get yourself a magical shield and make it happen. Oh, he's going for an early warrior hood. Is he going to get the magical shield and make it happen? I don't think so. Now, before the game started, the Vengeance, I was saying to myself, and to you, and to the stream, Landbridge vs. Flatten, surely this is El Clasico. These are the two spells that are fighting for I guess, to say who is the best. And we all know Landbridge is the best.
Well, if the population is anything to go by, Landbridge is not looking too hot right now. This is not prime Landbridge as we know it. This is Inca's 1.5 fixed Landbridge.
Oh, that explains it. That's why your road beat boat, because he rode as Inca's road. So Landbridge killed the shaman, but has just stayed still in their own base. Meanwhile, Flatten is going to be like, yeah, I'll take over the entire globe if you're going to let me. Which he already is. He's got towers in the south, southwest. He's got towers in the southeast. He's got his base in the northeast, and he's building towers in the northwest. What's Landbridge doing? You've got to do something.
I think this is one of those situations where you notice what your opponent's doing a touch too late, and now you're just sort of there going, well, shit, what do I do?
Yeah, I think that touch is so heavy, you'd end up in prison. That is such a late touch. A touch too late. He's just still staying there. He's half behind now, population-wise. Already, I'm going to say this is over.
Have you looked at the spells that both players are charging? We might be here for a while.
Oh, Flatten's charging Flatten. He knows what it's about. He's going for the Hypnotize Stonehead there. So the Stoneheads that aren't easily accessible contain Erode. And the ones that aren't easily accessible contain Hypnotize. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, you always want to work hard for a road. There's nothing quite like, I don't know, sneaking back to the back of an enemy base and getting one erode.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Landbridging, like backdooring with an erode and just casting it in perpetuity, trying to backdoor when it just keeps sinking the land. Some ghosts now from Landbridge. Gonna try and take out this tower. It's a move, it's a play. At least we can say that.
Ghost Army continues to be good at emptying towers. Doesn't matter whether you have a lot of pop or not very much pop at all. Oh, back down the hill you go. Oh, there's the warrior. One single man with a sword. He's angry. He's charging. The ghosts are creating a distraction. I'm trying to hype this up way more than it deserves. There goes the fire warrior.
Flatten has 3 Flattens. We are going to see Flatten, Flatten, Flatten with a Flatten.
Or are we? That blast. Well placed. There's the lightning. Oh, Flatten doesn't quite roll into the water as the warriors come charging forwards, threatening Landbridge's position. Nice blast onto the warrior is going to get him into the water and get him killed. But Landbridge is in trouble. In fisticuffs with 2 braves.
There is the first Flatten by Flatten. There are still wildmen on the map. We are at nearly 8 minutes. Lightning cast but misses the target. Manages to squirm away there. She's getting up to the top now with a couple of fire warriors. She is less than half the population behind. We do have a Hypnotize there for Flatten. Oh, Flatten goes into the water.
Drink.
Now, this is the prime opportunity now. This could swing the game. We could be talking all this smack. But if Landbridge gets in here, it goes to this gargoyle, gets herself a couple of nice magical shields, cast them on some warriors. I suspect they won't do anything because Flatten's got twice the population and already has twice the amount of warriors. But still, it's possible it could do something. Or she could just patrol on this hill and make no plays whatsoever.
Eamon is performing her ritualistic mating dance on top of the high ground.
I was ready to go. The horn, it was coming. Ooh.
I apologize to everyone watching on YouTube. It is a late night. We have been drinking. No, do you know what? Actually, I retract my apology. I am sorry for nothing.
Oh my goodness. Well, as I said earlier, we've got... Oh, there's a Flatten there. Is this the side door with a Flatten? It's unorthodox. Doesn't want to charge Landbridge just out of principle, really. It looks like Landbridge is not putting any fight up here. She's getting pushed down the hill by follower after follower. We've got a Flatten there so they can go access the erode. That will change the entire... What was that Flatten? What are they doing? Ah, man.
Making land.
Another Hypnotize. Still no one going for this gargoyle. I can't believe no one's even tested the gargoyle. You know, let's just see how long it takes to charge kind of thing. Oh.
I can't believe it's 16 seconds. It must have triggers. This is a Gamma map. It must
I hope it
blow up
does.
the world or something stupid.
I hope you pray for it. It sinks and just destroys your opponent and you win the whole game. That would be hilarious.
That sounds like something Gamma would do.
Landbridge Shaman does go down. Population 25 behind now. Flatten Shaman almost got an Earthquake. Still has a Flatten, but has opted to stop charging Earthquake to go for another Flatten. Probably going to flatten the hills, maybe? I don't know, but Landbridge filling those towers now. Rightly so. Have a look around the map, and yeah, this is over. I mean, Flatten has a base 3 times the size of Landbridge, and Landbridge just stopped building. Landbridge is like, I'm content with the size of my base. I can win with this. I can win with this.
Well, you know, Landbridge has been reading reports about overpopulation, and it's just like, do you know what? I don't want more people than I can feed.
That's
And
it,
that's
yeah.
a reasonable decision.
That's fair. Doesn't want to contribute to climate change on this planet.
The red shaman does go down, but she gets a revenge kill on the yellow. 2 hypnotized warriors are going to charge at these towers.
They could do some
How long
damage, you
does
know.
hypnotize last for, Craig?
I would say 43 seconds.
You would say 43 seconds. Yeah,
Is it 40? I want to say 40 now. I'll retract and go back to 40.
I think it's 40, yes. No, wait, isn't it stupidly long, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it like 2 minutes?
No, not hypnotize. It's like 40 seconds. 2 minutes is invisibility and magical shield.
You're right, yes. Magical shield is the one that lasts a ridiculously long amount of time.
I suspect Bloodlust is also 2 minutes. Never tested that one though.
Sorry, everyone in the stream. I'm just sort of spacing out, staring at a warrior. Here's the basis. Just go into the world view. As you can see, Flatten has almost complete control of the map, but has killed just about every tree in the world that they have access to. Meanwhile, Landbridge is content in their tiny domain. There really isn't much wood on this map because everyone's out of wood.
Well, I can help them with that.
I'm not going to remark on that. We've got more Flattens coming out from Flatten, Landbridge coming out from Landbridge.
So far, Flatten. Flatten.
I do hope they haven't resolved to only cast their spells, because we could be here for a while. Killing a tribe with only Landbridge and only Flatten is quite difficult.
Why is Flatten only praying at that one stone head? Pray at them all. So many hypnotize, you can hypnotize the entire tribe and just turn them all to yours and win the game that way. I would love to see that.
Oh, I wonder if that applies in multiplayer. That must, right? It works in single player. It must work in multiplayer.
I would think so, but I've never tested it. Oh my goodness. Hypnotize spell breakdown. Nice lightning there from Landbridge. Gonna go for the attack now. He's got a few warriors. How many warriors? She's got 10, where meanwhile Flatten only has 6, so they could train a few more quite easily, I assume.
Only you had a Landbridge to deal with this hill.
Go around the side. Who cares about Landbridges when you just go on the side? Of course, you have to go all the way around and get met by a few towers. They prayed at the Erode Stonehead, which is going to prove useless. We waited how long for this game, Lavenji?
50 minutes.
Well, that's the beauty of Miserable Cup. You never know who you're gonna watch, who's playing. I mean, you do. You know all the players, but I don't.
Well, I did. I knew we were coming into this.
Oh my god! Oh, I thought we were getting a death there. I would love to see a accidental death by Flatten. Shaman's ignoring each other.
Fire Warrior bullying Landbridge's Shaman for a while there. Oh, the Hypnotize is good.
Knock them in the water. Send them after the Shaman behind you. Send them after the Shaman. She'll have to kill her own men. No?
Yeah,
Oh,
those boys
could
are
be
going to betray you.
This could be
Those boys
dangerous.
are going to betray you.
Gotta hope this is dangerous. I hope they turn around and just destroy her. Oh, the Braves are coming now. Gonna probably give enough time for the Yellow Shaman to get there now. Landbridge is coming up with a lightning and it connects indeed. She's going to turn back around and head straight towards the base. Going to kill the troops that are coming that way as well. She is less than half the population though. And look at this. There are men of Flatten just coming in through the middle now. I think this is over. I think this has been over since minute 1. But I think we are making the point of no return.
I respect Landbridge's commitment to get this one earthquake off. You know, you've charged it. You want to use it.
Unless this earthquake can strike in 20 places across the globe, I don't think it's going to be enough.
I mean, you've seen what Inca can do with a Landbridge. Maybe Inca can make earthquake.
I've seen what he can do with a Flatten. Hey, the earthquake good. It sinks the trade. No, what's this? A back door? A back door? That's unheard of.
Classic. The classic 16-minute flattened backdoor on Days of Thunder.
It's unorthodox, but it's working.
I don't think it's needed. Look at these warriors. Red warriors, literally. Everywhere.
Nobody went for the gargoyle. I can't believe it.
I wonder if we'll see the Gabba map again.
I hope we do. I hope we see some good players play this. No offense.
I don't know if you will, now that we've hovered over this and revealed that this is a 16-second magical shield.
Well, I'd like to think the better players would go, oh, what's this map? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, let's ban that. But then again, they'll look at it and go, oh, look at this. I could develop a strategy.
Well, a lot better players do watch these games because they do take part in the guessing game. So it is a bit... GG Lamau. Landbridge has surrendered. Anyway, welcome to the cast, everybody on YouTube and in the stream. We are here with the second match of the final game of day 7 between these two players. This is a final match of round of 2. I'm sharing the wrong scene. Thank you, Babo, for helping me. I need help. I need help. You please take this. Take it off me.
Welcome to game 2, match 2 of the final match of round 2's of Invisible Cup's round 2, I should say, and the second edition of round 2. We've got an early boss battle here between Flatten and Landbridge. Flatten in red, already in 1 game up. Landbridge is on a 0-game win, so Flatten wins this. He goes through to the quarterfinals. Landbridge needs to win this to stay in, and we're playing on Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, the Tree of Life. That's where I'm leaving it, by the way. It's for you now.
Okay. I didn't pick up on that hint. I am ruined. We are here on Yggdrasil. Yes, it's probably one of the most popular maps. You've heard us talk about it in CAS before. The idea that this map tests just about every skill a Populous player needs to have: fast building, good troop control, good decision making, and great shaman skills. All of these get tested on Yggdrasil. Those of you who are regulars of Craig's channel and like his wonderful single player adventures may think this level might look slightly similar. Why is that, Craig?
Because this is taken from level 17, Middle Ground.
Correct. It is the match that has the blue tribe facing off against all 3 players for an Armageddon in the center. You'll notice there are some changes, of course. The blue base is a tiny little island. The green base is a tiny little island because this is a 1 versus 1 variant that we often use to settle beef between players.
That's right.
Of course, the Armageddon has been changed to a volcano.
Yeah, very unlikely to be seeing that. I don't think I've ever seen that spread in a 1 versus 1. Doesn't really come into play. If you're at the point where you can actually pray that and get it successfully, because it is a very long prayer time, you're probably in a position to have already won the game anyway.
Well, not to correct you or anything, but we actually have already had that in an Invisible Cup game.
Ah, but did what I just say also ring true?
Maybe. It is a long pray, but we have seen it.
But did they need it?
No. They absolutely didn't need it. They were flexing on their opponent.
There we go.
But they had it.
Well, there was still a lot of Wildman here. The population difference is already 16 in favour of Flatten, and he's still got Wildman on his side strip to convert as well, so he could get up to plus 60. Landbridge also not converting his side either. Back of his base also has some sporadic Wildman, and they'll patch a 3 there as well. So we're seeing some very, very slow starts here compared to other players we've seen in this Invisible Cup tournament so far. Seeing as we're coming out of the second round, it's a final game, potentially Lavenji. What are your overall views on the tournament so far? Has it been a success for you so far? Is it exactly what you want it to be?
You want the honest answer or the streamer answer?
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh.
I teased you.
The honest answer or the streamer answer? I think you should leave that up to your chat to decide.
My chat decide.
Yeah.
Okay, chat. Do you want the honest answer or the streamer answer?
Whilst they come up to that decision,
the honest answer.
They want the honest answer. Well, it's just a couple more people might give their opinions. It looks like Flatten is way ahead, building-wise as well. Landbridge building very slowly. Has got his defense set up as well. Both have their defenses set up, so they're ready for the shaman attacks. But population is just gonna keep growing quicker.
Flatten is again charging Flattens.
Of course.
Landbridge playing this slightly more traditionally.
2 Flattens could be quite good here. I mean, not as good as an earthquake, but
where would you put it there?
Yeah, like here. Yeah. Or like here. Earthquake's quite deep, actually. That's quite a deep earthquake, considering. That's a decent-looking earthquake. It's going to be awkward for red, but it's also, like you mentioned in the previous games, it's going to be awkward for yellow to attack there now.
Yeah, I think red's going to be happy with that. He can just build a couple of extra towers, defend it. Yellow's not going to have a lot of expendable mana right at the start of the game, and so, you know, that buys you good 5 minutes of security. There's your first Flatten.
I think that's a good Flatten.
And that's all we're going to see. I would probably argue otherwise. It's quite common for what would be the yellow base, which obviously the red player is in, to confuse things. For warrior run-bys to come down here, that's going to make that very difficult to do now. Meaning yellow side strip prior to any side doors, this side strip's now very safe to troop run-bys.
I think it looks good. Could you build a boat hut here and you'd have like a nice little entrance to the world, really? It looks good. Yeah.
Boat hut does... I know it will flatten ground, but it does still have like a ground too high check, so I think the boat hut would you couldn't place a boat hut here. It would think the ground is too high.
You think you're going to get away from the previous conversation by talking about ground hut height checks? I want the honest answer, or the streamer answer. What is it?
Oh, yeah, we're going back to that.
We never left.
I forgot how much work this is to run this particular tournament. And what with me adopting a puppy and stuff, there is some degree of regret that I am doing this at the same time as I'm trying to dog-proof my house. But I am thankful that everyone showed up and played their games, and people are enjoying it. Looks like Landbridge is in trouble. Yeah, Landbridge is definitely in trouble because the shaman can't swim and they are in the water.
Well, I think it's good. It kind of brings the little small multiplayer community together a bit. You get people excited. Is there a tournament game tonight? Is there a tournament game tomorrow? How many games tonight? You see that a few times. It's quite nice to see.
And ultimately, that is why I host tournaments, is to bring people together. You know, I have proven, both in your streams and in my attempt at being good at Populous, that I will never be good at Populous. And so my contribution to the community is to bring it together through tournaments. Nice. Flatten from Flatten. And a second one as well. Landbridge is running out of land. Could use their namesake spell to save themselves.
Well, whether you were never able to achieve said heights, or maybe you're a washed-up has-been, there's always the opportunity there to create some content for others to experience and enjoy. And, you know, that's what it's all about, you know, keeping the lights on of the Populous community.
I like to think I host a decent tournament. I might not be a good Populous player, but I like to think I'm an okay tournament host, except for when I'm blasted on a combination of cider and sparkling sake.
I mean, personally speaking, Populous content without being blasted, it's no joy.
So, what does Landbridge do in this position? You are a good Populous player, having even been considered professional at one point in your life. What would you do if you were Landbridge in this situation?
So I'm injected into the game in this position. I'm 30 population down, and I'm in that position. Ooh. I'm looking at Red's base and thinking, I need to get some ground.
Surrender and go to the next one.
I need to get some ground here.
Ooh, Red
nice
Shaman goes down
there.
to a couple of warriors there.
Yeah,
Very
nice. I mean, Landbridge has still got room to build. You need to start getting those hubs upgraded a bit quicker. You need a warrior. You've got a warrior, right? Okay. You got all these trees here that you need to do something with those bad boys. At least Flatten, you've been given an opportunity here to just fill that land back up. Build on it.
Build on it.
Yeah. Red's not in a massively dominating position. They don't have much control on the center, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Just fortify your side a bit. Just sort of survive for the next few minutes. Charge up a couple of spells, and you can probably get your way in. I don't think he's too far behind. So it's going to depend on what Red does.
Got an attack coming in for Landbridge here. Earthquake on the front line.
Yeah, I think I would have. If I was in Yellow's position, I would have gone for the center, I think, because there were huts there, and then that's the gateway to the side door as well. Whereas what he's done there is just damaged some towers again. Oh, look at this, we haven't got a prayer.
So I'm going to do a little bit of what I like to call 1.5 theory, which is where I describe something that you need to change about your play between the versions, because I do know there are still some people that play the 1.1 version. In 1.5, Braves are able to detect trees. We've got Flatten coming in here. I suspect he's coming in with some Flattens and the Landbridge. Yes, he is. We'll see what Landbridge does at the moment. She's watching. Throws out the lightning, doesn't find the mark. Throws out another lightning. Again, misses. Ooh.
Almost in.
Rolling.
Almost in.
The Braves going to run interference. Going to see another lightning, or are there no more lightnings left? No more lightnings left for Landbridge.
Almost got one now. She's going to go in the water, though.
What a blast! Oh, what a blast! And that is, that's going to open up what I like to call 1.5 theory, which is an amendment you need to make to your gameplay to accommodate for the different version, as Yellow struggles to get the hill. That is these trees on the side in red. Now, they're helpful, even in 1.1, to have these trees here for your upgrading. But in 1.5, they're mandatory, because the Braves can see wood, and they kill trees. So what you want to be doing as a red base when you're playing on 1.5 to solve your wood issue is you want to be constantly harvesting these trees on your side strip and bringing them into the center of your base. Doing so will allow these tower trees and these trees on the side here to maintain a much longer, much healthier life and prevent you running out of wood. Now back to the game.
Thank you for the 1.5 theory there, Levenji. I would argue that you should be doing that in Regality version anyway. You should be bringing those trees back to your base. But yes, it's more so important in 1.5 because they will get chopped down to oblivion.
Absolutely will. And it's something we've seen a lot in this tournament. You know, we've seen a lot of red-based players build a pretty impressive base and then run out of wood by the time they get to this segment here, which, looking at Landbridge, they've got a different problem than running out of wood, and that is that they've tried to build too much too quickly.
Yep. Red Shaman's going to push into Landbridge's base. Towers have been cleared with the swarms. The Shaman on defense now. My money's on Flatten though. Landbridge has not shown much much proficiency in her shaman skills. Let's be honest. There's a warrior running through the center now at the same time. Shaman shot has been almost got the wrong word out there. Has been good there for Landbridge. Now she can mop up those warriors with the blast, and she is doing that right now, falling into the water that was created by their own shaman as well.
Proficiency or not, I am grateful for every player that joins the tournament, and as much as we like to have a laugh at players' expense, I do just want to call out thank you to the lower skilled players that also join these tournaments, because every player matters when our community is as small as it is.
Exactly. I said the same thing when I was watching Teleport vs Armageddon. We had our fun.
Exactly. Although we're poking fun,
Yeah.
we are grateful that they're playing.
Especially, I was grateful you had to pretend to be away on that Friday so you could play as Armageddon and Avenge. It was good fun.
Pretend to be. I know I'm bad, but come on.
I mean, that'd be hilarious if that's the case. Because you wouldn't have had to tell me. You could have said I'm going to be away. And then you've played as maybe you were teleport.
I wish it were feasible. I genuinely do wish it were feasible for me to play in this tournament, but with all the rearranging and stuff that I end up having to do, it is just not feasible for me to participate in this particular tournament.
Well, I think a tournament like this, where you've got the additional legwork of the identities, being the admin plus the caster, is going to be quite tough. Ideally, you'd want like an admin.
And having the guessing game as well, because there's an obligation for me to render the videos very quickly after the games have been played. Each render's about 2.5 times game time, 2 to 2.5, so there's quite a lot of legwork that ends up getting done after each match. But it's hard to find people with that level of free time.
Yep.
Lack of a better word.
We spoke about the middle not getting prayed, but look at this. It's a curse of the commentator, man.
Well, to use your same point, you corrected me when I said we've seen the middle, and you said, did the player need it? Do you think Flatten needs the middle right now?
Well, I don't think they need it. I don't think they need it, but they could use it. And they're also charging a volcano. Look, they're going to go for a double volc.
Oh, the double Volk.
So what they have to do here, viewers, is they have to stop praying the volcano. Yeah, they've stopped now. They're going to the lightning. There we go. So they'll pray, get the volcano, cast the volcano, hope to God they don't die between this time, otherwise they will lose the volcano charge. And then they will cast the volcano, charge the new one, cast it again, bish bash bosh. We could see a great end to round 2 of the Invisible Cup.
There you go, volcano number 1 has gone the way of the red shaman.
Now, she has to stay alive, because when a shaman dies, what portion of mana goes to the shaman? Lavenji.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, I want you to clarify.
I thought it was 10%, but I could be wrong.
Well, I think I'd take your statistics first. If he volcanoes this side door, mind. If he volcanoes and then goes up on top, flattens into the base and casts another volcano, I don't know whether to be impressed or annoyed.
But it says it's 20%.
20%. Well, 20% of a volcano charge is a lot.
A lot of mana.
If he does die, he'll also lose that.
Volcano worth, Craig?
Well, I know you won't like it, but it is 8,000 points of mana. I know you won't like me saying 8,000. I know you won't like me saying 8,000. But,
okay, now how much mana is a volcano actually worth, Craig?
800,000.
There we go. It seems like I'm being pedantic, and I will explain for the purposes of both chats. Was it the official PlayStation magazine?
I don't know. I got mine from the wiki years ago. Or CD Player's website.
People divided the spell values by 100 to make the numbers lower and easier to read, but the reason why I am being pedantic and making the correct value known is, should you ever go into Populous knowledge, say you want to make a map, and you give a a stone head that gives you mana. You're going to want to make sure if you want your player to get a volcano's worth of mana that is in 800,000 and not 8,000. 8,000 is the easy to read number. 800,000 is the actual.
It's true. 8,000 isn't even a blast.
Is correct. A blast is 10,000 in the actual game. Yeah, you'll be very disappointed if you give a player 8,000 mana in this game.
I'm curious to see what Flatten's gonna do with these volcano combinación. Una combinación de volcanos. Vamos a ver algo especial aquí. Someone said they wanted Spanish commentary before.
No, you carry on. Let's see how far you can take that.
I just say English words with a Spanish twang.
I've got friends who are actually Spanish who like to check into my stream, so you carry on. You're doing them a service.
Oh, muy bien. I don't know how to say cast.
I made you shy now.
I don't know how to say
There's
cast.
a lightning. There's a lightning from Flatten onto Landbridge. Oh, lightning. I don't know what's going on in this game. I've kind of not been paying attention.
Lightning. I know lightning's a rasher. You know why you know lightning is a rasher?
Why is lightning a rasher?
It's because we used to watch Cars in Argentina, and we used to watch it in Spanish. And Lightning McQueen was Rasho McQueen.
Way.
Yeah, what a show! What a film! Love it. Populations are actually similar now, but I'm guessing they're not going to remain. There's the one vault. Don't die! Don't! You had one job! One job was to stay alive to make this amazing, and you didn't. You didn't.
That's no double vault for us.
Oh man. He's charging it now, but it's not.
Yellow Shaman died to lava.
Population, those are taking a hit. No, he's run his men. Population 20 behind. Landbridge has got spells now, mine. Landbridge has spells.
What do we mean by cancelling the lava damage, Craig?
Well, what you do is you see the lava, you have to cast Landbridge on the lava 6 times and then burn a tree, and all the lava disappears.
What? That's not the story I was going for.
Sorry, all you meant how to stop your shaman taking damage from lava.
That was what we were going.
Right, yeah. That's right. You have to press D to scatter the shaman.
Oh my god.
You then have to zoom in.
I'll have you know, my viewers trust me, there's source of truthful information.
Well, basically, lava damage, I want to say, quite quickly will reduce any unit, including the shaman's HP, to 0. But if you happen to jump, if you happen to come off that lava for any reason, the damage resets. So if you come off the lava and then land on something that's not lava, you will no longer be taking lava damage. So if a shaman casts a spell, she jumps in the air, and she comes back down, and the lava's gone, she's alive. Likewise, you see some good players. Something Babbo does a lot is blast his men who are in lava to try and prevent them from dying. Is that a better answer for you?
Much closer. There's the second volcano.
Much closer. Well, you wanted an actual answer. What, if you wanted a certain answer, you should have said it, give it the answer yourself.
I was hoping for the factual answer, mate. I was hoping for the factual answer.
That sounded pretty factual.
Yeah, so lava damage in this game is an animation. While you're in the animation, you take 10% of your maximum health I think it's every 4 game turns, which is every second. Which is why all units die from lava, but all at the same rate. But because it's an animation, you can cancel it. either by casting a spell as a shaman or replacing the animation with another animation, like being blasted by the shaman.
So, if we go back to my first point, if the shaman, if she's in lava, and she casts Landbridge 6 times and then blasts a tree, technically, she'll probably survive that lava.
More than likely.
See?
Now, there is some counter damage for Landbridge there. Probably not enough, given they didn't run their men from the second volcano.
Given that they cast all the spells in one area. I don't know what that was all about. There's all this base back here. You cast 2 firestorms and 2 earthquakes in one location.
I was trying to be a little bit positive about it, but sure. Poor usage of spells means it's less of a trade. And now we've got Flatten at the back of the base, just sort of clearing up population as I finished off my second bottle of cider, and I'm very sad about it.
Yeah, I was hoping this would go to a deciding game so I could get another cider, but it looks like we're going to not go to a third game, and I'm going to go to bed, so... How the turns table.
Well, based on how you and I cast this game, bed is probably a better alternative for both of us.
Mate, if I was lying down right now, I'd already be asleep.
We've got the King's Warrior Hut. Donor's Volk, isn't it, Lamau? Yes, it is.
I love this. I've never seen this in my life. This... I hope he builds it.
Doesn't it just make you feel good?
It makes me feel like I'm 10 again, playing Populous on the PlayStation, just building a cool base. Where would this is like where the monks would be. You'd have to go up these like...
Well, it's funny you touch on that, because a lot of people ask me why is Populous multiplayer so difficult to turn your funny joke into a real talking point. And I think it is exactly this. The single player of Populous kind of teaches you that Populous is a slow game, that you get to build your perfect base and take your time and whittle away the AI. And Populous multiplayer is the polar opposite. Nobody wants you to build a base. It's completely impossible for you to avoid taking damage even when you're winning. And we often set aside the perfect aesthetic for the most efficient.
This view is majestic. 1440p bird's eye view.
You got into bird view.
I feel like I'm actually playing Populous.
I'm glad you were listening to everything I was saying.
Oh, I was, but you know, I resonated very well with it, which is why I was like, I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, multiplayer, single player, you've got no time to. But it's like that in any RTS game. If you go play competitively, you're gonna get trounced if you're sitting there making the perfect base.
Well, I also think that's why a lot of new players are at odds with our custom campaigns, because a lot of our custom campaigns have been made by professional multiplayer players for professional multiplayer players, and not for the person who likes to build up their base. Now, there is the other side of that when I think Katara's Voyage and Tickle's Journey, where you had to wait 40 minutes to be given a boat by the AI, which is a little bit too far in the other direction.
Extreme, isn't it?
But... But there is like a sweet middle ground that I actually think Mr. Kosyak tends to find in his levels of like challenge versus enjoyability. Ooh,
Another
volcano coming out, Flatten. I haven't been casting this game at all. I am so sorry to everyone who's going to watch this on YouTube.
Well, I think you're right about the single player being dedicated for multiplayer, because some of the campaigns, like Path of the God Chosen, you have to know how to dismantle. Otherwise, you're gonna die. You can't get your population up quick enough. Some of the levels are actually determined around it. There's a level where you have to get a certain amount of population really quickly, isn't there?
There's a level in Forge of Fates where you have to force to stop the Red Shaman praying. Was it Forge of Fates? I don't know. There was a level in one of those campaigns where you literally had to force to win, and you know, as a new player, you were never ever going to figure that out.
No.
I always remember I think it was Age of Chaos 4, the lava ridge.
When I went and got a balloon and lived on an island.
You got a balloon and lived on an island, and then spent the entire game in ×4 speed because you had one tree.
Yeah. That's Age of Chaos, baby.
That ended up being the strategy. I used to be that level because it was just so unfair.
Yeah, you just got attacked immediately, didn't you?
You know, you were sandwiched between. You were in a tiny little low valley between two players that were just hammering the heck out of you, and they were allied because, of course, they were.
I have a great idea for a stream series, which I think I will do next year. Is replay Age of Chaos. But each level, I eat a curry, and the curry gets progressively hotter on each level.
That is a. I hope you realise you said that on stream, and I'm now going to hold you to that idea.
I think it'll be great, especially on the multiverse launcher, because it doesn't really work very well anymore, because it sort of broke everything that was all the scripts and everything. So.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Mammut remembers it. The level's called Canyon of Fire.
That's the one.
And it was
yeah.
Age of Chaos. I wish they would finish this match so I could go to bed. We're just watching the Shamans have a fist fight. Please finish this fight.
I'm going to come up with
here we go.
25 different curries of increasing strength. So it's going to start out probably as miserable as well, actually, because I hate mild curries like kormas and stuff. I just don't like them.
You don't like korma?
No, it's like a yogurt.
I like a proper korma. I don't like what British people call a korma.
Well, I've only had the British one. I suppose I'll probably cook it myself. What I could do is I could stream myself cooking a curry. And then play Age of Chaos.
Oh, damn. The Craig cooking streamer? You got the infrastructure for that?
I have a kitchen.
Fair enough. Game's over.
Yes, there we go. Congratulations, Flatten, who managed to flatten his way to victory. He's going to be in the quarterfinal against an opponent. I'm not even going to bother asking you, Lavinji, because you probably haven't got any idea. Commiserations to Landbridge. Thank you for joining the tournament, and thank you for having me, Drew. Again, it's been a pleasure.